This is Rose Battisti Bassman for the Hastings Waterfront History Project. I'm with my father, Anthony Battisti, at his home at 52 Columbia Avenue. Dad was born in Anatella, Italy on September 17, 1902. Dad, would you give us some background and history of your young years in Italy?
My young years was in World War I when I was the first of the family, and I had to get a small farm. That's when I decided, after the war, I decided to come to the United States.
How many children were in your family?
7.
And were you the oldest?
I was the oldest one in the family.
What did you have to do to come to this country?
Well, you got to find somebody that sponsored it. It wasn't one of my uncle sent an affidavit to get me there.
With a promise of a job?
No, no promise, nothing. You're on your own. When they reach you, they take care of me till I find a job, yeah.
Dad, when you came the first time, how much did it cost you to come by boat?
$75 to come to the United States.
Did you arrive at Ellis Island?
I arrived at Ellis Island, yeah. April 19, 1921. From Ellis Island, they would take us to the Penn Station of the thing of the train, and I went to Pittsburgh and meet my uncle. So from that, I take care of, he helped me to take care of myself.
What was it like on Ellis Island?
Those days, I couldn't remember too much. I was too young to remember anything.
But you were excited about being here?
I was excited to see the United States.
Did anyone help you, direct you to get to the train station?
No. Yes, there was a direct at the train station from the conductor, and then I had to go my own to Kensington station, which I get off from the station. I went, got some taxi, went to my uncle's house.
How old were you then?
19.
19. And all you had done before that was work on a farm?
I worked during the World War I. I worked on a farm, which I was too tired to be on the farm, which no.
I'm with my father, Anthony Battisti.
That produces how much?
It didn't produce much. It was a struggle to
Dad
live.
was born in Anatella, Italy.
And you thought there were opportunities here?
I took a chance. I heard a lot of people would come over here to find us. They're alive, and I took a chance on myself.
And what did you do when you went to work in New Kensington? What did you work at?
Oh, then in Pennsylvania, I worked in different places. I worked wherever. Aluminum Company of America.
Aluminum Company of America?
I worked Allegheny Steel Corporation. Then I went to work with the General Electric in the last 4 years.
Were jobs difficult to come by when you came here?
The first year, yes. 19 to 22, the job was available every place. No,
Was available everywhere in 22? No problems?
no problem in 22.
When did it change?
Well, I come over here 27 in Hastings, but I think it was after the 29, it was a bigger change.
What did you do in General Electric those last 4 years in Pennsylvania?
I operated a crane.
And what do they make there?
They don't make, they just furnish material. They furnish the electrical pipe, small 1/4 inch up to the 4 inch.
Electric pipes?
One of The one they go in the building, we put the
Ah, You tell us you became foreman in that job, did you?
the second year I was there, I got the foreman job because I learned the job quick.
You've told me in the past you also went to the mines. How long did you last there?
The mine, the three jobs.
Underground was not for you?
4,000 feet underground.
Not for you, huh? No safety there, huh, Dad? No.
No safety, no permits, work underground and no permit.
Why did you go back to Italy in 27?
Well, 1927 I went back to Italy because I went to visit the family and I had a girlfriend that got married, which when I went there I don't like them no more.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I married somebody else and I come back quick.
Since your first girlfriend didn't work out and you married Mother, did you have that job ready for you in General Electric when you came back, or did you have to leave it completely?
No, I don't go back to the Pennsylvania. I stopped with the Hastings and New Adventure.
And New Adventure, you gotta speak. But weren't you going to go to Rochester to a construction job first?
I didn't go to the Jackson. No, I didn't go nothing. I just stopped at Hastings. Some friend advised me to stop in Hastings, which I did, and I got a job over there on American Press, which after coming to be Anaconda Wire and Coat.
Was it a full-time job you were able to get in the
Yes.
American Press?
Yeah, full-time job, 1927. It was a plenty job around.
And how many hours did you work there?
10 hours a day, 14 hours a night. They were 40 cents an hour.
What work did you do there?
I work on a fine wire drawing machine.
What does that have to do? Can you describe that a little bit?
Yes, they draw the big wire, the thin wire, this very small size. Different size, from a big one to the different size of the drawing machine.
Was it a dangerous job? Was it dangerous?
No, it wasn't danger, no. It wasn't danger at all.
And how long did you stay with that? You had to
4 years, and after the Common Depression, I was laid off for a year and a half. When I went back, I got a job on the rod mill, which I spent about 4 years in the rod mill.
In that year and a half during the Depression and you were out of work, what did you do?
Look for what I could get an hour, one half-day job for one couple hours, one day.
And where did you work at that time? Where did you work at that time?
Before that, I worked in Anaheim.
No, I mean, when in that year and a half you were off.
Oh, and I worked in no place that he wanted to hire me to die.
And where was that?
It was a very tough proposition. I was a year and a half without having a job.
You worked the parkways at that time? Clearing the parkways?
Part of that time, I got the job where they graded the Sawmill River Parkway. Then, from the Sawmill River Parkway, we cut the tree on the woods, Mahansica Lake.
Mahansic Lake? Mm-hmm. And how did you get there?
The friend with the car that drive us. The friend with the car that drive me that job.
How many hours a day did you work then?
6.5 hours a day.
And what were you paid?
50 cents an hour, $3 a night for a day.
And this was not every day?
Now, all it depends on the family. They give you 3 days, 4 days to that. I got them 4 days a week.
Depending on the size of the family? That's how they gave the jobs out then? When did the Anaconda go full-time again for you?
When the World War II started, that's when I full speed again.
In 1941, you were working full-time in the, and what were you working at then?
1941, I was a shipping department for shipping the material.
And why was that? You had been in the rod mill, you had been,
Well, when I hired back, when I got a day job on the shipping department.
was that because of the injury? Was that because of the injury to your eye?
Yes, well, I got injured in 1936 on the rod mill. I couldn't work then no more. And then I went to work on the shipping at daytime all the time.
Was that part of the compensation of the job?
No, it was straight work.
But you weren't allowed to work at the machines anymore because of
No.
the eye injury?
No.
But they guaranteed you a job in
They
the,
got the job, but not the pay, whatever the pay comes along.
what kind of work, when you worked the rod mill, when you were doing the work in the rod mill, what was that like? What was that setup like?
That was a very dangerous job. No, no protection at all. They worked around the rollers with a hot rod bar that come close to you. So there's not much protection. They could have got hurt anytime.
And did you get hurt?
Yeah, I got hurt, yeah, 1920 to 36.
Was it anything permanent or
Yeah, my eye, and I lost the size of my eye.
you lost the sight of your eye?
That's the reason I couldn't work on the machine no more, because the eye condition.
What were the conditions like in the Anaconda from 1927 to 1941?
I think the condition was a very poor condition. I don't know at all.
No safety?
Not much the city they started to put them in the wartime. There was some kind of the regulation that during the wartime, straighten out for the city. Before that, there was no such security.
There was no protection for the employees?
No protection at all.
And what were the facilities like that you had to use?
The facility, there was no dining room, or was it larger than any place you could sit down? And
No shower facilities, nothing?
no shower, not much of a bathroom facility.
When did that change?
When the United States started to pay World War II, that's improved the condition and make the modern recreation room and modern shower and modern bathroom because of the government to pay. Before that, was a very poor condition.
Was there a union there when you first went to work in the Anaconda? Was there a union there?
No. The union coming after war, during the wartime. I don't remember the year, it was 42, 43.
Yeah.
The union are coming down, are going to do the war. Actually, I don't remember the year.
Did you feel that they made an improvement there?
Some cases, yes. Some cases American government, in some cases, not for everybody.
You didn't feel it was fair for everyone?
Not for everybody, just to the people that belong. The leader of the union is taking advantage of to pick up a better job. The other got it taken longer just where it was.
How many hours, what was your pay scale in the years that you worked there?
I mean, the water tank, don't know what.
Before, say from 1927, how did your pay increases go?
From 1927 to 31, I was working on the production line. Whatever I make, I can pay. But if you work by the hours, they'll pay you 45 cents an hour. And by working on production, I could make $1 an hour.
What was the maximum you could make on production?
$9 a day.
$9? That was tops.
I was top up to 1930.
Was that an 8-hour day?
Yes. 1931, they started to slow down, which went done every day, till I got the layoff in 1932, Easter 1932. And I went back in August 1933.
And then what was your pay scale? What was it like then?
Nothing would change. The place was the same.
You just had steady work.
Yeah, I started job.
So you came home with approximately how much every week during 1933?
33, kind of over $20 a week.
$20. Was that adequate?
Not too much, adequate. Just to get them to struggle, they get along.
Did you have to keep another job on the side?
No, I didn't keep another job, but I was a big lot of what I buy.
You were careful in what you were buying? Do you remember any of the prices at that time of food and clothing?
A lot of things, a lot of difference at that time. It's hard to remember. Too much change.
Yeah. After the war started, Anaconda went into full production.
Yes. Yes. When the water started in the full production.
And were you able to get any of the overtime and the,
Yes, so they give a lot of overtime if you want.
but you were still in the shipping department?
Yes, I was still on the ship department.
What was the coverage like down there? The insurance, compensation?
Well, we had a compensation, but they don't pay much if you get hurt. They had a limit of everything. You know, you can sue the company, you can get the much out of it, just whatever they want to give you. They had a schedule made up, so much for each part of the body, and nothing come over.
And what about the medical insurance?
The medical insurance, well, the compensation they pay themselves, but health insurance we pay.
The full amount?
Full amount of Blue Cross, about $6 a month.
$6 a month? Yeah. For family?
Family production. Yeah.
What did the Anaconda provide as far as recreation, social events for their employees?
Not much that I remember.
How about the picnics and the,
Oh, the picnics around the year, yeah.
for families?
Family picnics, invite all of the funnel.
What do they provide? They were good to us after the fire. They helped.
Yeah, they were very gentle after the fire. They gave us some help.
To get started again? To get started again?
Yes, a lot of people who lost everything on a fire, they give us some support to start over again.
How long did you work in the Anaconda?
41 years.
And what year did you retire?
1967.
And what would you say the changes were like from the time you started to the time you retired?
That's another thing. The change should be better. But still, the people who retired of the underground, there wasn't much change.
How do you mean that?
Not much change because of the subtle change in the one rate. No places that will live and the cost increase just to get the same pension I got 1967 today.
So you didn't feel they had an equitable
Not at
pension?
all. There should have been increase. The life of the Social Security, the cost of living increase. I never did 1 cent from the time I retired.
When you were working in the shipping department, by what method did they ship all the reels and the,
Well, they ship by truck or by boat. They had a boat that coming on the river and load off of the boat, and by road and by trucks.
railroad too?
A lot of big stuff went by rail, boat, and truck. All depend on the destination of where they are going.
What do they do with their scrap metal down there? What do they do with the scrap metal down there? The scrap metal? How do they get rid of it?
Oh, they send it back to the refinery, where they melt the copper or remelt it up again.
And they would use it again down here?
Oh, that's it. Barton Boy, New Jersey, they had a refinery where they melt the copper. They send the scrap over there, melt it again.
So there wasn't any dumping of the waste in the area that you know of?
I know where they dump the scrap. They have a different place to pick up the scrap material. Actually, I never know where they bring it.
I thank you, Dad, for the time and the information.